Hello everybody, my name is Benny and welcome to The Fool's Apprentice. Today I'm going to do a channel update. As you all have noticed, probably, I haven't really been posting the last few weeks. I actually haven't posted a lot since I guess May. A lot of stuff has been going on. And let me tell you, it just dawned on me a couple of weeks ago that I've had a rough go of it since May, when I ended up having to move into my new home. It was just one thing after another that I was struggling with. I was very overwhelmed with a lot of stuff that was going on with the move, and then getting a whole bunch of new hires at my job that I had to train, and I was a bit overwhelmed. And then I was dealing with a lot of emotional issues that had come up because of all that stress. And then my nose is itchy. I don't know why. And then I lost my dog. And I'll talk about that in a minute. And that's been very hard for me. And so there are several things I want to talk about, and I will tell you the last 2 weeks, oh my God, I got sick. I got really, really sick, and I had to go to the emergency room. Here at the VA, you can't just go to your clinic that you're assigned to, because appointments can take forever. We're talking about months sometimes. And so you go to the emergency room. And I was very fortunate when I walked in. To my surprise, there was only one person, and that person was waiting for somebody who was there earlier. So they took me back right away. They did all these tests and they couldn't find anything. I had all the classic symptoms of the flu, but I didn't have the flu. I didn't have COVID. I didn't have pneumonia. And so they sent me home with 2 different antibiotics. And I don't think that they helped. And because I was sick for like 10 days, and finally I started feeling better last week, I guess Tuesday afternoon. So I went to work on Wednesday, and then I was off on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yesterday. But Thanksgiving or Wednesday night, I got sick again. And so Thanksgiving, I completely missed. I was at home, sick as a dog. Same thing on Friday. But it was Black Friday and I needed to go out and buy something. So that was misery. And so I haven't posted anything. My body has been through it. I'm really tired. Sorry, my energy's really low. I don't know why my voice sounds like this. There are allergies around, but it's early in the morning. I couldn't sleep last night. So if it's not one thing, it's another. So I'm hoping the new year things will change. So that's one thing. Second is I want to talk about the Tarot 1 card study. So I have finished the major arcana. That was so exciting. Dawn ended up doing the world, which was amazing. I learned a lot from her. And God, I've learned so much from so many different people. But now we're going into the Pentacles. And so I'm going to post who has signed up for each of the Pentacles. I have 3 or 4 cards that I don't have anybody that's volunteered. So if you're interested in volunteering for those cards, I need them for me to be able to start posting them. Please reach out to me at thefoolsapprentice@yahoo.com or below in the chat, and I'll get back to you. Or on Instagram, you can message me. And what I'm going to do is this month, probably in a week or two, I'm going to do it now, but we're going to start scheduling dates for recordings. I was going to do it last month, but like I said, excuse me, I got sick, and so I had to cancel a few of them. But I'm really excited to start the Pentacles because now we're in the Major Arcana. I'm a little nervous because it's going to include the court cards, and I know very little about the court cards, but it's going to force me to do some studies on it. So that's going to be coming up. Also, one thing that I'm going to be doing is I got Unlocking the Tarot with Lisa Papez, or by Lisa Papez. And so I'm going to be doing a little study, just my impressions each and every chapter that I read. And so there are 9 chapters, I believe, in this book. Let me double check that. Come on, where are the chapters? Yeah. 9 chapters. And so I'm going to end up doing 9 or 10 videos on this book because I'm going to go for each chapter and then I'm going to discuss what I learned in that chapter, my impressions, what I liked, things that I might agree with, disagree with, who am I to disagree, right? But you never know because I have my own voice. And so we'll see what happens. But I know I have no doubts that I'm going to learn a lot from this book. And then it's hard for me to talk about without getting very emotional, but Precious is the one that I lost. She's been with me for 15 years, and she was in a lot of pain, and but she was still very lively and alert, but I had to take her to the vet, and that was very, very hard because, she trusts me, and I took her to the vet because I had to put her down, and here she walks into the vet, and so I felt so guilty because she trusts me. But I know that I did the right thing. I know I did the right thing. I have no doubts about it. But it took me a long time to get there. It took me a long time to get there because I had an enormous amount of grief and guilt. And so I turned to, I did a grief practice with an oracle deck for a week, and then I did a week with a tarot deck, and I found it to be extremely helpful in helping me process my grief, because at the beginning I didn't want to deal with it, I didn't want to talk about it, I didn't want to feel it. But as a mental health therapist, I know that that's very unhealthy, and that grief would show up in other ways. And so I became very proactive in my grief practice. And I found it to be immensely beneficial and provided me with a lot of comfort. And so I'm much better with my grief. But when I talk about her, it's hard. So I'm going to be doing a video on how I used the Oracle deck and the Tarot deck in grief practice. And I haven't really kind of thought on how it's going to look, but it's something that I feel is important because it really was of such benefit that I think other people could benefit from it as well when they're having to experience grief. And we all experience it in one way or another. And then finally, I got a deck, and I had it for a month because I was dealing with a lot, and then I got sick. So I tried to do a video, and I just was sick, and I just couldn't do it. So I just said, you know what? I'm not going to do this video. I'm not going to put any pressure on me. But it's another unicorn deck. Surprise. And so, you won't believe it. You won't believe it. I got the Bone Stone and Earth tarot deck. I know it's coming out mass market, but some of the cards are going to be changing. And I really wanted this book, this deck, and I really wanted the guidebook, the original guidebook. I suspect that the guidebook is probably going to be condensed into a smaller book. And so I ended up buying this from a trusted seller, so I had no doubts in purchasing it. I got it from AV Tarot, and she's on Etsy. And I bought in a couple of decks from her, and they've always come in pristine condition. And this looks really new. The book hasn't even been read. And so I got it. I'm so excited. As I was going through the video and going over the cards, I didn't even get through the major arcana. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a very hard deck. Because some of them I really couldn't figure out. I mean, I was on the spot, figure out how I was going to read that card based on the Rider-Waite-Smith, at least my understanding of it. So the book is going to be very necessary for me. But, yeah. And also, you know, does there need to be another flip through of the Bone Stone and Earth? No. But I'm going to end up probably getting the mass market one when it comes out. I think it's going to come out in 2025. And I'll end up doing a comparison. So, that's my update. I have several videos that I want to do. I want to do last year I did like a unicorn 2023, the ones that I ended up getting that year. I'm going to do the same thing for 2024. I got a couple of hashtags that I want to do. And, so I have a lot that's going to be going on. So that's my update. So I should be coming back on soon. And until then, my name is Benny, and I am the Fool's Apprentice. Bye, guys.